Hey everybody, welcome back to Yehusha's Glory. We are in the Sefo, book of Jasher, page 425. We're actually on chapter 63. We don't really have that far to go. And first I want to thank you all for being here for all of this so far. We've got a pretty long read here. I'm going to get started. I'm not going to go on and on. And I want to thank you again. If you have any questions or comments, of course, use that P.O. box and use the comments down below. Thank you for all the blessings, by the way. That means a lot to me. Here we go. And in the 93rd year died Levi, the son of Yaakov, in Mitzrayim. And Levi was 137 years old when he died. And they put him in a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. And it came to pass after the death of Levi, when all the Mitzrayim saw that the sons of Yaakov, the brethren of Joseph, were dead, all the Mitzrayim began to afflict the children of Yaakov, and to embitter their lives from that day unto the day of their going forth from Mitzrayim. And they took from their hands all the vineyards and fields which Joseph had given unto them, and all the elegant houses in which the people of Israel lived, and all the fat of Mitzrayim. The Mitzrayim took all from the sons of Yaakov in those days. And the hand of all Mitzrayim became more grievous in those days against the children of Israel. And the Mitzrayim injured Israel until the children of Israel were wearied of their lives on account of the Mitzrayim. And it came to pass in those days, in the 102nd year of Israel's going down to Mitzrayim, that Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, died. And Melol, his son, reigned in his stead, and all the mighty men of Mitzrayim, and all that generation which knew Joseph and his brethren, died in those days. And another generation rose up in their stead, which had not known the sons of Yaakov, and all the good which they had done to them, and all their might in Mitzrayim. Therefore all Mitzrayim began from that day forth to embitter the lives of the sons of Yaakov, and to afflict them with all manner of hard labor, because they had not known their ancestors who had delivered them in the days of the famine. And this was also from Yehusha for the children of Israel, to benefit them in their latter days, in order that all the children of Israel might know Yahuwah Elohim, and in order to know the signs and mighty wonders which Yahuwah would do in Mitzrayim on account of his people, Israel, in order that the children of Israel might fear Yahuwah Elohim of their ancestors, and walk in all his ways, they and their seed after them all the days. Melol was 20 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 94 years, and all Mitzrayim called his name Pharaoh, after the name of his father, as it was their custom to do to every king who reigned over them in Mitzrayim. At that time all the troops of Angeas, king of Africa, went forth to spread along the land of Kittaim, as usual, for plunder. And Sefo, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, heard their report, and he went forth to meet them with his army. And he fought them there in the road, and Sefo smote the troops of the king of Africa with the edge of the sword, and left none remaining of them, and not even one returned to his master in Africa. And Angeas heard of this which Sefo the son of Eliphaz had done to all his troops, and that he had destroyed them. And Angeas assembled all his troops, all the men of the land of Africa, a people numerous like the sand of the seashore. And Angeas sent to Lucas, his brother, saying, Come to me with all your men, and help me to smite Sefo and all the children of Kittaim, who have destroyed my men. And Lucas came with his whole army, a very great force, to assist Angeas and his brother, to fight with Sefo and the children of Kittaim. And Sefo and the children of Kittaim heard this thing, and they were greatly afraid, and a great terror fell upon their hearts. And Sefo also sent a Sefer to the land of Edom, to Hadad, the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and to all of the children of Esau, saying, I have heard that Angeas, king of Africa, is coming to us with his brother for battle against us, and we are greatly afraid of him, for his army is very great, particularly as he comes against us with his brother and his army likewise. Now therefore, Come you also up with me and help me, and we will fight together against Angeas and his brother Lucas, and you will save us out of their hands. But if not, know ye that we shall all die. And the children of Esau sent a Sepher to the children of Kittaim and to Sefo their king, saying, We cannot fight against Angeas and his people, for a covenant of peace has been between us these many years, from the days of Bela, the first king, and from the days of Joseph, the son of Jacob, king of Mitzrayim, with whom we fought on the other side of Jordan when we buried his father. And when Sefo heard the words of his brethren and children of Esau, he refrained from them. And Sefo was greatly afraid of Angeas. And Angeas and Lucas, his brother, arrayed all their forces, about 800,000 men, against the children of Kittaim. And all the children of Kittaim said unto Sefo, Pray for us to the Elohim of your ancestors. Peradventure he may deliver us from the hand of Angeas and his army. For we have heard that he is a great Elohim, and that he delivers all who trust in him. And Sefo heard these words, and Sefo sought Yahuwah, and he said, O Yahuwah, Elohim of Abraham and Yitzhak, my ancestors, this day I know that you are the true Elohim, and all the Elohim of the nations are vain and useless. Remember now this day unto me your covenant with Abraham our father, which our ancestors related unto us, and do graciously with me this day for the sake of Abraham and Isaac our fathers, and save me and the children of Kittaim from the hand of the king of Africa, who comes against us for battle. And Yahuwah hearkened to the voice of Sefo, and he had regard for him on account of Abraham and Isaac. And Yahuwah delivered Sefo and the children of Kittaim from the hand of Angeas and his people. And Sefo fought Angeas, king of Africa, and all his people on that day. And Yahuwah gave all the people of Angeas into the hands of the children of Kittaim. And the battle was severe upon Angeas, and Sefo smote all the men of Angeas and Lucas his brother with the edge of the sword. And there fell from them unto the evening of that day about 400,000 men. And when Angeas saw that all his men perished, he sent a Sepher to all the inhabitants of Africa to come to him, to assist him in the battle. And he wrote in the Sepher, saying, All who are found in Africa, let them come unto me from 10 years old and upward. Let them all come unto me, and behold, if he comes not, he shall die. And all that he has with his whole household the king will take. And all the rest of the inhabitants of Africa were terrified at the words of Angeas, and there went out of the city about 300,000 men and boys from 10 years upward, and they came to Angeas, and at the end of 10 days Angeas renewed the battle against Sefo and the children of Kittaim, and the battle was very great and strong between them. And from the army of Angeas and Lucas, Sefo sent many of the wounded unto his land, about 2,000 men. And Sosiftar, the captain of the host of Angeas, fell in that battle. And when Sosiftar had fallen, the African troops turned their backs to flee, and they fled. And Angeas and Lucas, his brother, were with them. And Sefo and the children of Kittaim pursued them, and they smote them still heavily on the road, about 200 men. And they pursued Asdrubal, the son of Angeas, who had fled with his father, and they smote 20 of his men in the road. And Asdrubal escaped from the children of Kittaim, and they did not slay them. And Angeas and Lucas, his brother, fled with the rest of their men, and they escaped and came into Africa with terror and consternation. And Angeas feared all the days, lest Sefo, the son of Eliphaz, should go to war with him. Sefo leads a great army to Kittaim, Edomaim, and Yishmaelim against Mitzrayim. 300,000 Mitzrayim put to flight, but 150 men of Israel prevail against Sefo. Okay. Chapter 64. And Bilam, the son of Beor, was at that time with Angeas in the battle, and when he saw that Sefo prevailed over Angeas, he fled from there and came to Kittaim. And Sefo and the children of Kittaim received him with great honor, for Sefo knew Bilam's wisdom. And Sefo gave unto Bilam many gifts, and he remained with him. And when Sefo had returned from the war, he commanded all the children of Kittim to be numbered, who had gone into battle with him, and behold, not one was missed. And Sefo rejoiced at this thing, and he renewed his kingdom, and he made a feast to all his subjects. But Sefo remembered not Yahuwah, and considered not that Yahuwah had helped him in battle, and that he had delivered him and his people from the hand of the king of Africa, but still walked in the ways of the children of Kittim and the wicked children of Esau, to serve other Elohim, which his brethren, the children of Esau, had taught him. It is therefore said, from the wicked goes forth wickedness. And Sefo reigned over all the children of Kittim securely, but knew not Yahuwah, who had delivered him and all his people from the hand of the king of Africa. And the troops of Africa came no more to Kittim to plunder as usual, for they knew of the power of Sefo, who had smitten them all at the edge of the sword. So Angeas was afraid of Sefo, the son of Eliphaz, and of the children of Kittim all the days. At that time, when Sefo had returned from the war, and when Sefo had seen how he prevailed over all the people of Africa, and had smitten them in battle at the edge of the sword, then Sefo advised with the children of Kittim to go to Mitzrayim to fight with the sons of Jacob, and with Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim. For Sefo heard that the mighty men of Mitzrayim were dead, and that Joseph and his brethren, the sons of Jacob, were dead, and that all their children, the children of Israel, remained in Mitzrayim. And Sefo considered to go to fight against them and all Mitzrayim, to avenge the cause of his brethren, the children of Esau, whom Joseph with his brethren and all Mitzrayim had smitten in the land of Canaan, when they went up to bury Jacob in Chevron. And Sefo sent messengers to Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom, and to all his brethren, the children of Esau, saying, Did you not say that you would not fight against the king of Africa, for he is a member of your covenant? Behold, I fought with him and smote him and all his people. Now therefore, I have resolved to fight against Mitzrayim and the children of Jacob who are there, and I will be revenged of them for what Joseph, his brethren, and ancestors did to us in the land of Canaan when they went up to bury their father in Chevron. Now then, if you are willing to come to me to assist me in fighting against them and Mitzrayim, then shall we avenge the cause of our brethren. And the children of Esau hearkened to the words of Sefo. And the children of Esau gathered themselves together, a very great people, and they went to assist Sefo and the children of Kittim in battle. And Sefo sent to all the children of the east, and to all the children of Ishmael, with words like unto these, and they gathered themselves, and came to the assistance of Sefo and the children of Kittim in the war upon Mitzrayim. And all these things, the king of Edom, and the children of the east, and all the children of Ishmael, and Sefo the king of Kittim went forth and arrayed all their hosts in Chevron, and the camp was very heavy, extending in length a distance of 3 days' journey. A people numerous as the sand upon the seashore, which cannot be counted, and all these kings and their hosts went down and came against all Mitzrayim in battle, and encamped together in the valley of Pathrock. And altogether, all Mitzrayim heard their report, and they also gathered themselves together, all the people of the land of Mitzrayim, and of all the cities belonging to Mitzrayim, about 300,000 men. And the men of Mitzrayim sent also to the children of Israel, who were in those days in the land of Goshen, to come to them in order to go and fight with these kings. And the men of Israel assembled, and were about 150 men. And they went into battle to assist Mitzrayim. And the men of Israel and the Mitzrayim went forth, about 300,000 men and 150 men. And they went toward these kings to battle, and they placed themselves from without the land of Goshen, opposite Pathrock. And the Mitzrayim believed not in Israel to go with them in their camps together for battle. For all the Mitzrayim said, Perhaps the children of Israel will deliver us into the hands of the children of Esau and Ishmael, for they are their brethren. And all the Mitzrayim said unto the children of Israel, Remain you here together in your stand, and we will go and fight against the children of Esau and Ishmael. And if these kings should prevail over us, then come you together upon them and assist us. And the children of Israel did so. And Sefo, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, king of Kittaim, and Hadad, the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and all their camps, and all the children of the east, and children of Ishmael, a people numerous as sand, encamped together in the valley of Pathrak, opposite Tachpankek. And Bilam, the son of Beor, the Arami, was there in the camp of Sefo, for he came with the children of Kittaim to the battle, and Bilam was a man highly honored in the eyes of Sefo and his men. And Sefo said unto Bilam, Try by divination for us, that we may know who will prevail in the battle, we or the Mitzrayim. And Bilam rose up and tried the art of divination, and he was skillful in the knowledge of it, but he was confused, and the work was destroyed in his hand. And he tried it again, but it did not succeed. And Bilam despaired of it, and left it, and did not complete it. For this was from Yahuwah, in order to cause Sefo and his people to fall into the hand of the children of Israel, who had trusted in Yahuwah, the Elohim of their ancestors, in their war. And Sefo and Hadad put their forces to battle array, and all the Mitzrayim went alone against them, about 300,000 men, and not one man of Israel was with them. And all the Mitzrayim fought with these kings opposite Pathrak and Tachpankek, and the battle was severe against the Mitzrayim. And the kings were stronger than the Mitzrayim in that battle, and about 180 men of Mitzrayim fell on that day, and about 30 men of the forces of the kings. And all the men of Mitzrayim fled from before the kings, so the children of Esau and Ishmael pursued the Mitzrayim, continuing to smite them unto the place where was the camp of the children of Israel. And all the Mitzrayim cried unto the children of Israel, saying, Hasten to us, and assist us, and save us from the hand of Esau, Ishmael, and the children of Kittaim. And the 150 men of the children of Israel ran from their station to the camps of these kings, and the children of Israel cried unto Yahuwah Elohim to deliver them, and Yahuwah hearkened to Israel, and Yahuwah gave all the men of the kings into their hand, and the children of Israel fought against these kings, and the children of Israel smote about 4,000 of the king's men. And Yahuwah threw a great consternation in the camp of the kings, so that the fear of the children of Israel fell upon them. And all the hosts of the kings fled from before the children of Israel. And the children of Israel pursued them, continuing to smite them unto the borders of the land of Cush. And the children of Israel slew of them in the road yet 2,000 men, and the children of Israel not one fell. And when the Mitzrayim saw that the children of Israel had fought with such few men with the kings, and that the battle was so very severe against them, all the Mitzrayim were greatly afraid of their lives on account of the strong battle, and all Mitzrayim fled, every man hiding himself from the arrayed forces. And they hid themselves in the road, and they left Israel to fight. And the children of Israel inflicted a terrible blow upon the king's men, and they returned from them after they had driven them to the border of the land of Cush. And all Israel knew the thing which the men of Mitzrayim had done to them, that they had fled from them in battle, and had left them to fight alone. So the children of Israel also acted with cunning. And as the children of Israel returned from battle, they found some of the Mitzrayim in the road, and smote them there. And while they slew them, they said unto them these words, Wherefore did you go from us and leave us, being a few people, to fight against these kings who had a great people to smite us, that you might thereby deliver your own souls. And of some which Israel met on the road, they, the children of Israel, spoke to each other, saying, Smite, smite, for he is Ishmaeli, or an Edomi, or from the children of Kittaim. And they stood over him and slew him, and they knew that he was a Mitzri. And the children of Israel did these things cunningly against the Mitzrayim, because they had deserted them in battle and had fled from them. And the children of Israel slew of the men of Mitzrayim in the road in this manner about 200 men. And all the men of Mitzrayim saw the evil which the children of Israel had done to them. So all Mitzrayim feared greatly the children of Israel, for they had seen their great power, and that not one man of them had fallen. So all the children of Israel returned with joy on their road to Goshen, and the rest of Mitzrayim returned each man to his place. The elders of Mitzrayim, conspire with Pharaoh and cunningly bring Israel into bondage to them. Being afraid of their power, they afflict them in order to lessen the number of the children of Israel. Chapter 65, page 429. And it came to pass after these things that all the counselors of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, and all the elders of Mitzrayim assembled and came before the king and bowed down to the ground, and they sat before him. And the counselors and elders of Mitzrayim spoke unto the king, saying, Behold, the people of the children of Israel is greater and mightier than we are, and you know all the evil which they did to us in the road when we returned from battle. And you have also seen their strong power, for this power is unto them from their fathers. For but a few men stood up against a people numerous as the sand, and smote them at the edge of the sword. And of themselves not one has fallen, so that if they had been numerous, they would then have utterly destroyed them. Now therefore give us counsel what to do with them, until we gradually destroy them from amongst us, lest they become too numerous for us in the land. For if the children of Israel should increase in the land, they will become an obstacle to us. And if any war should happen to take place, they, with their great strength, will join our enemy against us and fight against us, destroy us from the land, and go away from it. So the king answered the elders of Mitzrayim and said unto them, This is the plan advised against Israel, from which we will not depart. Behold, in the land are Pithom and Ramchek, cities unfortified against battle. It behooves you and us to build them and to fortify them. Now therefore go you also and act cunningly toward them, and proclaim a voice in Mitzrayim and in Goshen at the command of the king, saying, All ye men of Mitzrayim, Goshen, Pathrock, and all their inhabitants, the king has commanded us to build Pithom and Ramchek, and to fortify them for battle. Who amongst you of all Mitzrayim, of the children of Israel, and of all the inhabitants of the cities, are willing to build with us, shall each have his wages given to him daily at the king's order. So go you first and do cunningly, and gather yourselves, and come to Pithom and Ramchek to build. And while you're building, cause a proclamation of this kind to be made throughout Mitzrayim every day at the command of the king. And when some of the children of Israel shall come to build with you, you shall give them their wages daily for a few days. And after they shall have built with you for their daily hire, drag yourselves away from them daily, one by one in secret, and then you shall rise up and become their taskmasters and officers, and you shall leave them afterward to build without wages. And should they refuse, then force them with all your might to build. And if you do this, it will be well with us to strengthen our land against the children of Israel, for on account of the fatigue of the building and the work, the children of Israel will decrease, because you will deprive them from their women day by day. And all the elders of Mitzrayim heard the counsel of the king, and the counsel seemed good in their eyes. and in the eyes of the servants of the Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all Mitzrayim, and they did according to the word of the king. And all the servants went away from the king, and they caused a proclamation to be made in all of Mitzrayim, in Tachpenchek, and in Goshen, and in all the cities which surrounded Mitzrayim, saying, You have seen what the children of Esau and Ishmael did to us, who came to war against us and wished to destroy us. Now therefore the king commanded us to fortify the land, to build the cities Pithom and Ramchek, and to fortify them for battle, if they should again come against us. Whosoever of you from all Mitzrayim and from the children of Israel will come to build with us, he shall have his daily wages given by the king, as his command is unto us. And when Mitzrayim and all the children of Israel heard all that the servants of Pharaoh had spoken, they came from the Mitzrayim and the children of Israel to build with the servants of Pharaoh, Pithom and Ramchek, but none of the children of Levi came with their brethren to build. And all the servants of Pharaoh and his princes came at first with deceit to build with all Israel as daily hired laborers, and they gave to Israel their daily hire at the beginning. And the servants of Pharaoh built with all Israel and were employed in that work with Israel for a month. And at the end of the month, all the servants of Pharaoh began to withdraw secretly from the people of Israel daily. And Israel went on with the work at that time, but they then received their daily hire, because some of the men of Mitzrayim were yet carrying on the work with Israel at that time. Therefore, the Mitzrayim gave Israel their hire in those days, in order that they, the Mitzrayim, their fellow workmen, might also take the pay for their labor. And at the end of a year and 4 months, all the Mitzrayim had withdrawn from the children of Israel, so that the children of Israel were left alone, engaged in the work. And after all the Mitzrayim had withdrawn from the children of Israel, they returned and became oppressors and officers over them. And some of them stood over the children of Israel as taskmasters, to receive from them all that they gave them for the pay of their labor. And the Mitzrayim did in this manner to the children of Israel day by day, in order to afflict in their work. And all the children of Israel were alone engaged in the labor. And Mitzrayim refrained from giving any pay to the children of Israel from that time forward. And when some of the men of Israel refused to work on account of the wages not being given to them, then the exactors and the servants of Pharaoh oppressed them and smote them with heavy blows, and made them return by force to labor with their brethren. Thus did all the Mitzrayim unto the children of Israel all the days. And all the children of Israel were greatly afraid of the Mitzrayim in this matter. And all the children of Israel returned and worked alone without pay. And the children of Israel built Pithom and Ramchek, and all the children of Israel did the work, some making bricks and some building. And the children of Israel built and fortified all the land of Mitzrayim and its walls. And the children of Israel were engaged in work for many years, until the time came when Yahuwah remembered them and brought them out of Mitzrayim. But the children of Levi were not employed in the work with their brethren of Israel from the beginning unto the day of their going forth from Mitzrayim. For all the children of Levi knew that the Mitzrayim had spoken all these words with deceit to Israel. Therefore, the children of Levi refrained from approaching to the work with their brethren. And the Mitzrayim did not direct their attention to make the children of Levi work afterward, since they had not been with their brethren at the beginning. Therefore the Mitzrayim left them alone. And the hands of the men of Mitzrayim were directed with continued severity against the children of Israel in that work, and the Mitzrayim made the children of Israel work with rigor. And the Mitzrayim embittered the lives of the children of Israel with hard work, in mortar and bricks, and also in all manner of work in the field. And the children of Israel called Melol, the king of Mitzrayim, Merer, king of Mitzrayim, because in his days the Mitzrayim had embittered their lives with all manner of work. And all the work wherein the Mitzrayim made the children of Israel labor, they exacted with rigor in order to afflict the children of Israel. But the more they afflicted them, the more they increased and grew. And the Mitzrayim were grieved because of the children of Israel. Pharaoh decrees that every male child born in Israel shall be killed, and still they increase. Chapter 66. At that time died Hadad, the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and Samlah from Mesrekah, from the country of the children of the east, reigned in this place. In the 13th year of the reign of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, which was the 125th year of Israel, going down into Mitzrayim, Samlah had reigned over Edom 18 years. And when he reigned, he drew forth his hosts to go and fight against Sefo, the son of Eliphaz, and the children of Kittaim, because they had made war against Angeas, king of Africa, and they destroyed his whole army. But he did not engage with them, for the children of Esau prevented him, saying, he was their brother. So Samlah listened to the voice of their children of Esau, and turned back with all his forces to the land of Edom, and did not proceed to fight against Sefo, the son of Eliphaz. And Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, heard this thing, saying, Samlah, king of Edom, has resolved to fight the children of Kittaim, and afterward he will come to fight against Mitzrayim. And when the Mitzrayim heard this matter, they increased the labor upon the children of Israel, lest Israel should do unto them as they did unto them in their war with the children of Esau in the days of Hadad. So the Mitzrayim said unto the children of Israel, hasten and do your work, and finish your task, and strengthen the land, lest the children of Esau your brethren should come to fight against us. For on your account will they come against us. And the children of Israel did the work of the men of Mitzrayim day by day, and the Mitzrayim afflicted the children of Israel in order to lessen them in the land. But as the Mitzrayim increased the labor upon the children of Israel, so did the children of Israel increase and multiply, and all Mitzrayim was filled with the children of Israel. And in the 125th year of Israel's going down into Mitzrayim, all the Mitzrayim saw that their counsel did not succeed against Israel, but that they increased and grew, and the land of Mitzrayim and the land of Goshen were filled with the children of Israel. So all the elders of Mitzrayim and its wise men came before the king and bowed down to him and sat before him. And all the elders of Mitzrayim and the wise men therefore said unto the king, may the king live forever. You did counsel us the counsel against the children of Israel, and we did unto them according to the word of the king. But in proportion to the increase of the labor, so do they increase and grow in the land. And behold, the whole country is filled with them. Now therefore, our Lord and King, the eyes of all Mitzrayim are upon you to give them advice with your wisdom, by which they may prevail over Israel to destroy them, or to diminish them from the land. And the king answered them, saying, give you counsel in this matter, that we may know what to do unto them. And an officer, one of the king's counselors, whose name was Iov, from Aram Naharaim, in the land of Uz, answered the king, saying, if it please the king, let him hear the counsel of his servant. And the king said unto him, speak. And Iov spoke before the king, the princes, and before all the elders of Mitzrayim, saying, behold, the counsel of the king which he advised formerly respecting the labor of the children of Israel is very good, and you must not remove from them that labor forever. But this is the advice counseled by which you may lessen them, if it seems good to the king to afflict them. Behold, we have feared war for a long time, and we said, when Israel becomes fruitful in the land, they will drive us from the land, if a war should take place. If it please the king, let a royal decree go forth, and let it be written in the laws of Mitzrayim, which shall not be revoked, that every male child born to Yisrael, his blood shall be spilled upon the ground. And by your doing this, when all the male children of Israel shall have died, the evil of their wars will cease. Let the king do so, and send for all the ivory midwives, and order them in this matter to execute it. So the thing pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Iyov. And the king sent for the ivory midwives to be called, of which the name of one was Shephra, and the name of the other Puah. And the midwives came before the king and stood in his presence. And the king said unto them, when you do the office of a midwife to the ivorith woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But if you will not do this thing, then will I burn you up, and all your houses with fire. But the midwives feared Elohim, and did not hearken to the king of Mitzrayim, nor to his words. And when the ivorith women brought forth to the midwife son or daughter, then did the midwife do all that was necessary to the child, and let it live. Thus did the midwives all the days. And this thing was told to the king, and he sent and called for the midwives, and he said to them, why have you done this thing, and have saved the children alive? And the midwives answered and spoke together before the king, saying, let not the king think that the ivorith women are as the Mitzrayim women. For all the children of Israel are lively, and before the midwife comes to them, they are delivered. And as for us, your handmaids, for many days no ivory woman has brought forth upon us. For all the ivorith women are their own midwives, because they are lively. And Pharaoh heard their words, and believed them in this matter. And the midwives went away from the king, and Elohim dealt well with them, and the people multiplied and waxed exceedingly. Aaron is born. On account of Pharaoh's decree, many of the sons of Israel live apart from their women. The king's counselors devise another plan to lessen the number of Israel by drowning them. Yahuwah finds a means of preserving the male children. Okay, I think we're going to take a break right here. I want to bless you all very much. Thank you so much for being here. Love you a whole bunch. It's really nice to have you as subscribers on the channel. I'm enjoying reading this book. It's making these stories come to life for me. I'm able to understand them a lot better than I ever have, and I hope it's doing the same thing for you. If it's helping you, help me out, and go ahead and let your friends and family know where they can find this information. If you want to read along with the book, there is a company called Sefo Publishing Group. You can buy this book. I think it's like $95 or $100 with tax or whatever. But it's a really, well, you know what it is. It's this right here. So give them an email or look them up online, Google them. Anyway, Father, take care of us all. We need you so much. We're all reading this together so that you know we're in your word. We want you to be pleased with us as your children. And we come to you before Yehusha, your Savior. We love you, Yahuwah. Amen. See you next time on Yehusha's Glory.